Hello and welcome to the Impact Dynamics podcast.
I'm Andy Little.
I'm Plushy.
My name is Rusty.
Tonight we're talking about Buchan and some shooting-related trip stuff.
Well, whatever we
Glad
do.
you're organised,
Yeah.
Plushy.
Go team.
We're on
Smash
to it.
director, mate. Smash director.
Instant powder, bang.
Hope that's enough.
We need your vote.
Now we've caught up to where we are on the podcast.
All right, go on back.
Roll the outro. Well, there we go. That was organised. Plushy, you know the topic. You may as well run the show tonight.
Well, you've got the notes over there. I can't read it from here. I didn't bring my binoculars.
Well, failing again. There we go.
We'll bring it closer.
No, I don't think we will. Andy, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good, mate. Good. Josh is here as well.
Back in my corner.
Back in your corner with cables behind you, doing your thing.
There's
The eyebrows
cables.
look normal this week, mate.
Although I think you've shot more than all of us. But anyway, we'll get on to that in a moment.
Yep.
So,
blanks.
round count. We've wiped the board up there, but I've got the numbers back here. So, Andy, speaking of blanks, you can start.
Yeah.
Last time you were on 1,478.
Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot this last month, fortnight.
Yep.
So,
Don't give away when we actually record the show.
Shoot since 10 minutes ago.
We've got 6 shows to record tonight, and we've got to predict a lot of future activities.
I think by now I would have done a range officer day. So, yeah.
All right.
No, only 33.
33.
Yeah.
So we have to math that.
Yes.
You can? No? It's
Oh, look at all that mathing going on.
It's
Well, shown
1,500.
up.
1501.
is that-
1501.
No.
No, right.
No. An extra 10 on that, mate. 1511.
Yeah.
We're on to it.
1511. All right, go write it up.
Oh, yeah, because carries.
Carry the
Carry
one.
the one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Go and write that up over there, Andy. We clean slate. Josh, what about you with all your rounds?
Me, I shot a centrefire match, a rimfire match, and then just did a little
Bloody
bit of
hell.
general plinking and stuff. So I reckon I did about 250.
Okay.
Yeah, I did some shooting.
Well, that would put you at 1,463 rounds.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds about right.
What about you, Plushy?
I just found out 5 minutes ago that I shot a match I'd forgotten.
That wasn't even 5 minutes
No,
ago.
it
That was about a
30
minute and a half.
seconds ago, yeah. So I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, well, while you're thinking,
A whole bunch of other people shot my gun, so I can't just count how
That
many
doesn't
rounds
count.
have gone
Nah, they
through.
don't count.
that doesn't count.
I'm going to say 130.
130. Did you do that? Oh, that was a pretty easy one to add in. So that is 1,854. Now, Plushy, we're nearly halfway through the year.
I know.
You know what's coming, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you boast.
Hang on, no. Like last podcast, we were a quarter of the way through the year.
No, we weren't.
You did say that. Didn't you say that last podcast? We're nearly a quarter of the way through, or halfway through.
I don't
our
listen
first
to
season.
these.
None of us listen, mate. You're expecting far too much from us. We're nearly halfway through the year. We're in June.
I've got some work to do. Okay,
You're not even cracked 2,000 of your alleged 10,000 rounds.
that was last year.
Okay.
Those excuses rolled out very quickly.
Yeah, all right, very good. All right, I shot
Oh, hang on. What's my number?
1854. I shot, I had it written down here, 21 rounds. And I shot 21 rounds, sighting in the 22 for the match, the Gunsport Winter Classic on the weekend.
I just figured there was applause needed because it's been a while.
It has been a while, you're right.
That's a lot of rounds to sight in, Rusty. What are
Okay.
you doing wrong?
So, not a lot. I just didn't have any paper, so I had to get it on target. They changed the targets because the targets were extremely small,
For that rifle,
shooting off
yeah.
a team trap. Right. So we changed the target. So I lost a few on the first one. I'm just like, I don't think it's going to work off a tank trap. Certainly not for me. Certainly not for the average punter. So we
You're
changed.
calling yourself average now.
I'm below average.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm below average. So if I can't hit it, everyone else might be able to. And then, so we swapped that out to some more reasonable targets for the distance and prop we were on and level of shooter I am. And then took a few, got on. So it was going all right. And then I adjusted the turret on the scope for the Borough side match, right? Dialed it up about 3 or 4 clicks.
Yes.
Josh, you had something to say?
I do. Because, well, I'll let you finish. I have
Okay.
something to say after this.
Okay. I then went, all right, great. Guns dialed in. Gave it to the guy who was going to run the stage and headed off on my merry way. Now, we believe somewhere between that interaction and the first, second, third shooter, somewhere in there,
It wouldn't have been many.
that turret got dialed back to 0. So it was low for pretty much all of the match. Now, look, I've learnt my lesson, all right? Reset the turret, take
Doesn't
the
it
extra
have
couple of minutes.
Doesn't that have an XDR Pro that takes
It
30 seconds
does not
maybe
take
to zero the
a
turret?
long
Maybe-
time.
Maybe less?
That's correct.
Maybe
but
15 if you've done it before.
I had TikToks to go watch. So I had a busy schedule and I made a few actually. So I ran off and it did cross my mind, should I reset this? No, I'll leave it there because everyone's just picking up the gun and shooting.
No, they were not.
Little did I know that turret would go back to 0 and everyone would miss.
So what did you do?
I watched TikToks.
Bad luck, yeah.
And everyone missed. I've shot that and I got halfway through it and went, this is not wind. I'm not missing because of wind. And then decided to like move elevation in my last couple shots. I was like, that's where it is. I need to aim high. Yeah.
So who won the side match?
Alan Munns. Congratulations to Alan. Matched Jane Jackson for impacts, which I believe was all or close to all.
Yeah, there wasn't many that cleaned it.
And no, there's only 2 that cleaned it, or on the same score, which I think was cleaning it. And Alan won on time.
Nice. Is that his first PRS match? Went very well, maybe?
I don't know if it's his first. Yeah. I don't think it's his first he's booked into. Okay. I just don't think he's rocked up the other times. Anyway, there you go, Alan. You got yourself a win on that.
Yeah, Andy's still waiting in the corner.
For a number, Andy. So I've gone from 311 rounds to 333 rounds. No, 332 rounds.
Didn't you say yes?
332. 332. So I did 21 rounds.
It's like blackjack.
Like blackjack. All right, there we go. Cool. Now, we have a 5-star review that's come in.
Another one.
Yeah. Now, I do believe this one's not generated by ChatGPT. so it's an improvement. I believe.
What is it? Let's find out.
I believe this is a sympathy review, which I'll take.
Thanks, Rosie.
So no, this is from. Actually, I'm not even sure the name stayed on the thing. Anyway, it was impressive. It was impressive. So I'm gonna. It's
That's
actually
a first for this podcast.
I know. This will be the highlight of the entire 199 episodes. Speaking of which, we'll get onto that later. This comes into us on. So if you are watching, you've got pity for us, which I'll accept. 5-star review, and we're going to read them out. So this one here. Are you guys ready for the reading?
Let's do it.
In the realm of precision, they dwell. A podcast where expertise does well. Impact Dynamics. yeah, okay. Comedy online too. Educational and entertaining, the aim. Not known for hitting a lot though. A treasure trove of shooting tales they tell. We'll accept that. With wisdom and facts they impart. Each episode a work of art. Josh, I think that's for you.
I don't do art.
No, wait. AI edit this now, so never mind. Each episode a work of art. From muzzle to target they guide. In precision shooting they take pride. It's a reference to my gun, I assume. A podcast that ignites the shooter's heart. There's more.
People here have hearts?
They unravel the secrets concealed. This is hard for me to read. There's words. With knowledge their listeners are healed. Okay. Entertaining anecdotes they share in this podcast beyond compare, where precision and education are revealed.
Wow.
Bit of thought and time's gone into
that. Yeah.
Very nice.
Blown away. Or I think it could be ChatGPT write me a poem about that. But hey, credit to this review. Thank you so much. I'm going to try and find the actual name on it. So tune into Impact Dynamics show, can barely say the name of our brand, where shooting expertise will glow. An educational journey awaits as they open the precision's gates, a podcast that continues to grow. There you go, gents.
Very good.
It's relatively factual.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's generously factual. So,
not bad at all.
Better than your attempts last episode.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
The last one came in from Andy. Now I remember why it was such a disappointment.
Yeah.
You got the name of the show wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
it's changed a couple of times, I think.
This one here, I'm trying to find where it came in on, but I couldn't work out how to look it up on my phone before because we're not. There we go. Like I'm John Wayne. Okay, I'm John Wayne. It's a hard name to say. Thank you very much for your review. That's great.
Good work.
Now back into us not knowing a lot of stuff. We had a question from Jimmy James, and it was about. I'll try and find a word for word.
I hope it's easy because
who makes the best precision rifle action?
Ooh.
There you go. Deal with that one.
Ticker.
It is reliable.
It is.
Okay. Who do you think? Who do you think? No, okay, so the stakes are lowered a little bit. Who do you think makes the best precision?
Close enough.
Who do you think says the most words correctly on this podcast?
How much gin have we had?
Oh, that's a low bar.
Who do you think makes the best precision rifle action? Plushy?
All right. I've just switched to Defiance this year, so
From
a ticker.
from Ticker. Okay.
It's been we've had a couple of hiccups, but it's great. No, it really is. No, I really enjoy it. No, we had a couple of bugs to iron out, and I can't complain. Like it got fixed, and I love it, and I'll buy another one. I'm about to buy another one probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right. Just splashing the cash over there.
Yeah, I know.
That bloke. Righto.
No, I've only had a Remington or a Ticker action, so just with the factory stuff, and I haven't had. Well, I'm not counting a Ruger.
He says precision rifle.
Yeah. Yes, not
Tries
even
to do precision with it.
Yeah. The Remington's not a trude action or anything. It's still just basic. But both of them I haven't had any issues with, and I haven't had a need to upgrade that I can tell. Yeah.
Cool. And how many matches have won? No, never mind. Okay, cool. Carry on. Moving on.
With a ticker or with a custom action?
Yeah, Plushy's won one with a ticker. So fair enough. I run an impact action and I like it. I have seen, I guess, quite a wealth of them. There seems to be like a bunch of new names in the last year and a half or so. I just haven't had experience with. So I've had Stillers before. They were good, but they certainly have dropped off the radar. Not a bad action, but they dropped off a lot. And I did look at a Curtis Custom for a while. That would be a good potential. Yep. Defiance has always been a solid option.
I think for me, when I made the choice where I was going to go was it has to be reliable. You don't hear about Defiance's breaking very often. But
unless it's moon dust.
Yeah, that's right. No, really reliable, which the Ticker's also proven to be very reliable. Australian support as well, really important. You don't want to just bring a random action in and then have something go wrong with it, and then you don't have it for 12 months while you post it back to probably the States or something like that. That local support is really important. So if you're going to buy something, buy it from someone that's a distributor and they've got stock and stuff like that.
Speaking of which, Hardy actions certainly seem to be another good option.
Yeah.
Close to local support, but they do have a distributor here, so that helps as well. So, yeah, I'll vote for Impact because I like them. I've been to the place they're made.
It's the show name.
It's the show name. Yeah. That's it. And it's also the code for our sponsor. But anyway, we'll get onto that. Well done, Josh. That worked well. I saw you press the button.
Yeah, you're close.
Just ignore that. It's
sorry. We won't bring up the fact you just tried to press the button to say Impact, but you missed or something.
That's right. In the edited version, it'll be there.
No.
Are you the guy that edits your scores in practice score?
Wow, that guy.
I edit myself into 10th on purpose.
That's it, yeah.
Just 10th, wow.
I'll fix this in post.
So Josh shot the slide match and somehow he's won the main match. How did that happen?
Shot it that well.
Speaking of which, side matches and such, you've got a blue bottle sitting in front of you. Plushy.
Yes.
What is that? I know what the one sitting in front of Andy is. We'll get to that later, but Plushy in front of you.
I thought you were going to talk about the blue bottle downstairs, but this one's also good.
I mean, the one downstairs was pretty good.
That was pretty good, actually. That was yeah.
Okay. Well, mine's gone, so it can't have been bad.
No, I got onto this product recently. This sort of got a bit of hype about it. It's called Lockies. So it's graphite in some sort of petroleum product.
Okay.
So after you clean your barrel,
is it good for beards?
Let's see. You go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how that'd work.
Wait, hang on.
So
Do not apply to skin.
a lot of guys now are going away from the don't clean your barrel ever and like running clean barrels. But the downside is you need to foul them up before they shoot.
Wash with
consistently.
soap and water.
I don't think you should drink it, but you'll be okay.
Well, it says don't do what I just did.
But it's probably not the worst thing you've had in your body.
Is there some military grade hand sanitizer around?
Right. Anyway, so yeah, everyone I take my barrel back to bare metal after almost every match, and the hype around this product is you push it down in the patch, and the graphite goes into all the cracks and the imperfections in the barrel, and then the lighter fluid or the petroleum product, whatever it is, evaporates, and it leaves the graphite there, and then your cold bore shot is still in the center of your grip.
Yeah, right.
I did it at Tassie. That was the first time I tried it, and it worked. I mean, my gun didn't go boom a whole lot of times, but the ones that did go boom, they went where they were supposed to. So
and that's not
took away
connected.
that.
And that's not connected.
What's not connected?
They're not going boom.
Yeah, not connected.
Well,
no.
something wasn't connected for it to not go boom.
Well, it was connected, sort of like twisted,
roundabout way.
connected, yeah. But no, it's a good product.
Josh, because you watch the screens with all the things. If this part of my face starts getting really red, can you just let me know?
You just ask the colorblind person to tell that.
Yeah, but you would have like. No, you wouldn't actually.
Yeah, I've
Never
got a
mind.
really little screen.
Did you shake the bottle first?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, shake everything I get my hands on. All right. Speaking of which, we set our challenge last. You okay? You're reading it, aren't you? It says, "Don't rub it in your beard."
Causes skin and serious eye irritation, harmful if swallowed and enters airways, may cause an allergic skin reaction, may cause respiratory irritation, drowsiness or dizziness. Avoid contact with eyes and skin. Use with adequate ventilation. Wash thoroughly
There's
after
no
handling.
windows in this building.
First aid is swallowed. Call Poison Control Centre.
Oh, well, we're going by a motto. At least if something's going to happen,
If
get
on
content
skin,
with
wash
it.
with soap and water. If skin irritation or rash occurs, get medical attention.
All right. So moving
Nice
on.
knowing you, buddy.
So maybe you guys, let me know if my face goes red.
Right, Josh, what are you doing next week? We're
We're doing our 200th episode.
Yeah.
From the RAH, right?
Speaking of which, little shout out for the Bearded Chap, who have been sponsored with us for ages now, and I've just used their sea salt product for an off-label use that you probably should definitely not use it for. What it's not recommended for is spraying onto your beard when you put that stuff on there. Don't recommend it for that, but I do recommend putting this into hand. You again.
Me again.
Yeah, well, it looks so good on you. And you get that, like, when you go to the beach and then after you've gone to the beach, you've got that, like, salty hair after you've gone swimming and it, like, all has volume and things in it. This is like, it's that. Yeah, then you put your hat on, you get to go. So that is the sea salt one anyway. That hopefully is... I actually am starting. Maybe it's a placebo effect now. Maybe I'm psyching
more
myself
importantly,
out.
Rusty, it says it has reproductive harm.
That's all right. I'm good with that. That is, in fact,
Just drink it. Yeah.
this might be a cheaper solution. What were we talking about? Oh no, the memory loss has started. Is that one of the symptoms?
Sea salt spray.
The owner of Bearded Chap is a shooter, and
Yes.
so we like to support him, and he helps support us. And so, guys, if you want to not do anything we've recommended, but I would recommend you get that or something else from the Bearded Chap and treat yourself.
Yep.
You can go to the Bearded Chat. Josh has got his hand ready for the button. Here we go. Let's see if it works. Josh is going to buy some stuff from the Bearded Chap. He would go to what website there, Plushy?
Beardedchap.com.au. No.
Yeah, that works. Or just .com. And you go and buy stuff.
Impact.
Yeah, the /impact, and you go buy stuff. And if you didn't go to that particular website and you used a particular code, that was very quiet there,
It was
Josh.
very quiet. I can
Yeah.
fix that.
Should we
Do it
try that again?
Do it again.
But I tried what you just suggested. I bought some stuff and I bought the beard wash and some other stuff. It's amazing. My beard has never been so clean. Like after one wash. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Legit amazing.
legitimately good. And what code would you use when you did that?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, nice.
I just,
Or depends which one you feel.
I just
And hopefully it's really good at getting rid of lockies out of beards.
if nothing else, your key's going to go in really easy.
It's starting to burn. Very, very good. Now, next episode is episode 200.
Whoa.
Yeah. 200.
Whoa.
No. Have you got like a crying one, like despair or something?
No, it's not that one.
Can we go? Can we go Space Odyssey 2000? Like, it just never ends.
Keeps on going. All right. So what we thought we'd do is we would love to hear from you guys how you discovered the show, how you started listening to the show, or any sort of those memory things. There's things we can read out, and we'll choose a bunch of them in our top 2 or 5 or 4 or something. We'll give some prizes away. So,
Nice.
Plushy, how did you find out about the show? Because
So long ago, I can't remember.
yeah, it really is.
It was a long time ago.
What about you, Andy?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, this should be good.
I mean, I wasn't even born when this show started.
Wow, you matured quickly. I mean, got old quick.
No, I think it must
Actually,
have been.
Josh probably wasn't born when
you're
it
right.
started.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah. No, I think it must have been early days when it was back at your place, and I went over for a reloading session, or we got talking at some stage, and it was like, oh, you do a podcast, that's cool. And then I don't know if I even listened.
Never heard it. Never listened.
That tracks.
I'm with you. I don't listen to my
Very good.
podcasts.
No.
No, don't do it.
I would, so we'd love to hear from you. So any of the mediums, send it through, and we would love to check it out. It would be wonderful. Episode 200.
Good to see we back ourselves.
Why would you want to listen to us drivel crap?
That's a fair point. Can't argue. Do you know why? For entertainment, like putting this in your
There is
beer.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right.
You should see what I'm going to bring next week.
So, good thing there's no show next week. So the challenge that we set ourselves last time.
Did we?
We did.
Oh, look at these looks of confusion. This is great.
You guys could literally make up anything right now.
Well, I'm
We'd be
about
like,
to.
oh, cool.
The challenge that we set was to call this episode "We Got Really Drunk in Buchan." Josh, how do we go on that challenge?
I got really drunk in Buchan.
Well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
I lived up to the episode name.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
It was great Sunday night. It wasn't great driving back through the Alpine twisty hills.
I feel like
that
there
wasn't fun.
needs to be some video footage. Surely there needs to be some evidence here.
I can give you some evidence of what happened to me.
Okay.
We got to the pub early to set up for presentations, as we do. And I went there with Dave Dupre from Carlos, and we started setting up and did all that thing and had a drink. And then I swear, as everyone arrived from the range, and it dribbles through. So because some people finish up, and then they're like, oh, I'll pack up my gun, and they're the first shooter on that stage. So they're back at the pub pretty early, and so it dribbles through. So every 10 or 15 minutes, they're doing that. They would walk in and be like, "Hey, Rusty, you want a drink?" Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you. Anyway, one of the guys, I think this was pre-presentations, and he said, "Oh, do you want to?" Oh, this is just after presentations. He's like, "Do you want a drink?" I'm like, "I'm just going to slow down for one." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, I'm on number 8 so far." He said, okay, fair enough.
So he bought you a double?
Give us another half hour. We're good. So I had a few, and then post presentations and got, had dinner and got in when chatted with everyone, had a few drinks and stuff. And then we had to go and sort of swap some stuff out of some cars with the range guys, and so went back to the house we were staying at, and we're chilling there. We thought everyone was going to come and join us. Isn't that right, Josh? We were thinking.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was waiting for people to actually come back, and
we
then
just
no one did.
We sat down and we're just chatting away and TikToking and doing the various things, and went, do you know what? It's probably it's been like an hour and a bit from this point. I'm like, I'm done. I'm just going to go to bed. And so I went to bed. I assume Josh went to bed.
Yeah, I went to bed as well.
And I'd guess an hour later, hour and a half.
I don't even think it was that long.
Okay. The door.
About 45 minutes.
Okay. It felt like a lot longer because I was probably asleep. Door busts open. This light is staring me in the face. And Lucas comes in and goes, Get up! It's Crack Shack time!" Because the place we stayed is nicknamed the Crack Shack.
I was going to ask about the cat.
And I said, I knew Dave Acker was in the building. And if Dave Acker's in the building,
Could
I heard him
smell the
coming
maple
down
syrup.
the street.
if Dave Acker's in the building, it's going to be a late night. And I thought if Dave's there and then I get up as well, we are not going to get out of here by checkout time. So I went and I knew the drive we were doing the next day, which was up through Hotham and back down again, I went, I'm good, Lucas. Cheers, mate. Someone else didn't make that decision, though.
No.
No. And so, Josh, I have to say thank you because if you didn't, we may not have qualified for the show title for next episode.
Oh, I'm glad I could deliver.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking one for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So we have to work on another challenge. And we didn't do a giveaway last time.
No.
So we've announced the giveaway for the next time. It's 200 episodes. So speaking of which, the Gunsport Winter Classic ran and was an exciting match that you boys didn't go to.
Nope.
No. Nah.
Did not. I was busy.
Questions? Anything?
Can't catch them all.
Josh, what do you think?
Yeah.
Josh is trying. What did you think? We got some thoughts about it? No.
I do actually.
Ash won. Good job, Ash.
I mean, it was a good match.
Yeah.
I think rocking up from where the range and stuff was last year to this year and seeing what the club has done in 6 months. About 6 months for that place, actually, like rolling out gravel, some of the barricades and stuff that they've assembled. I think like they've done really well on that.
Yeah,
I think coming back next year after the lessons learnt from this year, it's going to be a very, very good match.
Put some context around it. So when we were there last year, so Buchan has always been a PRS organisation run match, hired the range and gone and done our thing. And last year, a couple of the guys, Andrew Lind, who from Gunsport, and Matty Bishop, those boys went, right, we want to make a go of this thing. This is our local range. And so they sort of got organised after the last match. Actually, Bish spent day 2 of the match last year. He's like, all right, I'm done with the match. I'm going to come and hang with you for the day. And we just talked, he followed me around and what I did and what we did. So he'd have a good understanding of what was behind the scenes of the match. So we went through all of this. And over that 12 months, those guys have stepped up hardcore. And so we've gone from like no club, no members, no anything, to every single stage officer on the range, with the exception of one, was from their club.
Oh, sweet.
And they ran, there was always, when you guys involved, there's always the various challenges and all that sort of gear. But in the scheme of things, phenomenal effort. Absolutely phenomenal effort.
Well done, guys.
That's good.
Well so it's very exciting to see that. And they now they've been running NRL 22 matches there for a number of months. And they're now running, they're going to be starting to run centrefire matches there on a regular basis.
They've got targets and props.
They have targets and props and a bunch of keen shooters and, more and more. There was a few of their new guys. So shout out to Peter Stewart specifically. He was connected there, shot his first match. He had shot his first ever match of any sort the week before with 22 NRL. Nice. So he was he took quite the learning lesson.
But he actually did really well too. Like in what rifle and stuff he had, he did reasonably well.
Yeah.
It's like the good old days. There was no clubs. You just had to go shoot PRS.
Yeah. So that was really good. The course of fire from Dave Taylor and Matty Bishop was good. And there was one particular stage which I think stood out because it was so unique and different. Now, stages like this have appeared in PRS matches before. You guys will probably remember one from Monado a number of years ago. But this was a cold bore type stage. Now, it wasn't advertised as such. It was a Sunday morning 2-shot stage. And so there was 3 firing positions, so 3 replications of the firing position with 3 targets downrange, 1 per position. And those targets were set up reasonably close together so that you weren't having an advantage on shooting position 1, 2 or 3, right? So the backdrop is all very similar and such. And you had 30 seconds and you had to start standing at the back of this shooting mat and you had to have your bipod not deployed, you had to have it stowed away. So your legs stowed away, you had to have your magazine out of the rifle, not in your hands, in the pocket or something, and you had to have your scope dialed back to 0.
Where did your bolt have to be?
Well, for most people, your bolt was in your rifle, but we'll get there.
Okay,
we'll get there. And so you would take your flag out, give that to the stage officer, and then it would commence. You would have to drop down, or the thing you could do while standing was to adjust your bipod. So you could then drop down, have a stable gun, put your magazine in, dial your dope, get down behind the gun, and take 2 shots at a target that was at 365 metres, and it was a 75 mil target. So it was a pretty
less than MOA.
Yeah, it was a pretty tight target.
Rebag or no rebag?
believe you could have a rear bag off memory. You could have rear bag, but again, you had to sort of hold everything with you. And lots of people did not get the first shot off. A few people did not get the first shot off.
Oh,
Bunch of people
timed
did.
out.
Yeah, timed out.
Oh, wow.
Bunch of people didn't get to the second shot, and most people probably got both off.
Some people
30
didn't even
seconds
get
is
their
an
bolt
eternity
closed.
to do that.
Well, maybe for you, Plushy, being this I've won a match bloke, but
I shoot 10,000 rounds.
yeah. So let me check the data on that.
Go on, do the flex thing. Do the flex thing.
Not this year. Well, yeah. You want to spray that? Come on, put this Lockies all over your skin.
What's that growing in the side of your face?
That's headphones. This is becoming one with my headphones currently. So it was for some people found it very challenging, and one person in particular found it extremely challenging. Because perhaps had a big night,
buddy.
flew all the way from New Zealand, didn't quite know what was going on, stepped up to the line. Shooter, are you ready? So you understand the course of fire. Yes, I do. Okay, load and make your gun ready to shoot, but load and make ready. So you do all the things that you would need to make your gun ready. Shooter, are you ready? And you respond with yes.
He responded with yes.
He did respond with yes. Then got down in position,
It's more like
super
yes.
quick. flicked his bipod down, got in there, ready to go. Grabbed his hand, cycled his imaginary bolt with his hand. Realised once he'd closed his imaginary bolt that it was imaginary, and then went and lost the will to live. And then looked over at Dave Taylor and went, I know the answer to this, but can I get a reshoot? Dave, being the bloke he is, goes, were you asked, were you ready? And Anthony goes, yes, I did. And he said, did you say yes to you being ready? He said, yes. He said, I don't think you get a reshoot.
Yeah, but English is not his first language.
The best
He
thing
speaks New
was
Zealand.
Dave did the Dave shrug too.
He
where
did.
Anthony, he turned around and went,
Nah.
so that I can't count out. And Dave just went,
Did a
I
shrug.
can picture that.
Josh, have you got your meme you made later that? No,
give me a second.
should-
I will
yeah.
put it on there.
Josh made a meme with Anthony's, but in fact, Anthony saw it and was like, "Oh, you should change that."
With
And
all of the New Zealanders blessing.
and they all anyway. It was great. So make sure your bolts in your gun.
Yeah.
Yep, that helps.
That helps immensely. But that was a fun stage and
like it, yeah.
a lot of good feedback. A bunch of guys got to. What they didn't get told was that first round impact really counted for a point, but also they'd made up patches, a cold ball patch.
Oh, nice.
And so if you hit the first round, you got awarded a patch.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that being a tiebreaker stage at the end of the weekend? If
I don't think it would be appropriate.
No.
No.
Oh.
Because in the rules it states it has to be a skill stage.
Well, okay. Apart from that,
There's the meme. There we go.
Got it.
So for those listening, I'm not even going to describe it because it just can't be described. But for those watching, little bonus for you guys. There you go. Some great looks there from Anthony. All right, very good. We had 4 New Zealanders over at this match. Three of them shooting and one just there being a New Zealander, I guess.
Cool. Nice.
But they're asking a lot of questions about how to run matches.
those guys are taking over.
Yeah.
It's concerning.
Yeah.
I hope they're not as good a
they're
shooter as Anthony.
Well, Cream Puff is allegedly a better shooter, but
Oh, wow.
he said by his own admission he got completely schooled that weekend.
Yep.
Very and can I understand like their matches are extremely good, look extremely fun, but they are very different to our matches.
Well, having said that, I think you'll find that Anthony did this first match he shot and then went home and practiced the shit out of
Exactly.
it and came back and did really well.
Fun fact, they both finished in the same position in their first match. They both finished 14th.
There you go.
There you go.
So Wilkie should win the finale.
Come on,
based
Green Puff. I believe in you.
Good.
We need to know where that name comes from. Send us
Yeah. There has to be
let
a
us know.
story.
There's got to be the story.
Yeah.
Let us
Don't
know.
believe we're allowed to talk about it. Okay.
Is there anything we can't talk about in this show?
That means there is a
After the
story.
title of the last one, Drunken Buchan, just leave it there.
This is the title of this one, Josh. That is true.
So the challenge for the next show is to find out the meaning behind Cream Puff.
All right, there you go. Good luck. Good luck. That was the Gunsport Winter Classic. Any questions from you, gentlemen, who didn't get to go along? Were you jealous? Would you have liked to go on?
It looked like a nice match. Like just looking at the photos and all the content you guys put up. Like,
I like how you looked at me, Josh.
Drunken video edits, yes.
It just looked like, the weather was nice. It wasn't sopping wet. It wasn't stinking hot. It was nice and like cool and fresh, but it
Josh,
looked like really nice.
Would you like to bring some weather discussion into the table? Because Buchan is known for its weather.
It was. The sun was out. It was, it was clear skies. It wasn't that windy. It was still cold.
Yeah.
The mornings were very fresh.
Yep. Yeah. But that's all right. That's doable. You rug up.
But
yeah.
Heated jacket all day long. It's amazing.
I'd rather cold and dry.
Sorry, I take my statement back. It was really warm.
The heated jacket was a good thing in the morning until about 10 o'clock, and at that point it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. We got there on the Thursday to set up targets, and we pulled up and it rained the entire way from Adelaide with us, and we got there and it was all rainy, and so we were like, all right, these are the targets we need. Like started putting the plan out, getting it all together. We were about to go down range. Rain stopped, and we were good. It drizzled a little bit over the rest of the day, but it did not rain until we left. And then apparently the day we left after that, it rained.
Nice.
Good timing.
Perfect little window.
It was excellent. Now, Josh, you have, speaking outside of the Gunsport Winter Classic, you and Plushy shot a match.
We did.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we
Shot
did.
a
Tell
club
us about
centrefire
it.
match.
And did you shoot the match? Or you?
No, I didn't.
No,
No, I
cool.
wasn't there on the Saturday.
All right.
We had a surprising start to the match. My gun went boom. It went boom every time I pulled the trigger.
Is that because you used this
It
stuff
did
in your
too.
beard?
The only reason.
Yeah, I thought so.
What was I don't know.
I like how you're thrown. Hey, tell us all about the match. My gun worked.
Yeah, it does. It was pretty exciting. Who ran the match? Did Joel?
Joel.
Ran the match.
Joel ran the
yeah.
match.
Hey,
It was
sweet.
a good match. I can't remember
took-
anything about it, but it was a good match.
He tried to convince me to come and shoot it because he said all the stages are F1 themed. Were they?
Really?
Lies.
No.
Yeah, I
Lies.
didn't believe that.
No.
Just fast? No.
Just on fire like Ferrari.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timing, I can't remember anything about it. I remember the guy wiped the floor with everybody, and that was about all I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Fair
I think
enough.
it
was windy.
A 60-odd point match, and I think he won by like 8-9 points.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Solid effort. Well, it wasn't that a worthwhile talking point to bring up. Good stuff.
No, not really.
No,
It was
no,
really
Josh,
windy. I missed a lot.
Josh,
boring.
it was your first centrefire match.
It was my first
that's
centre
right. You
fire
shot
match.
it with a 2-3. And then you asked me afterwards,
I learned
is there anything that I could have done better? Or like, is there anything I need to work on? I'm like, I didn't watch you shoot a single stage. Sorry, buddy.
This guy.
Yeah. Okay. What did you learn as a difference from 22 apart from a little bit of recoil?
Yeah, well, that was a big thing. And I think just the differences in wind going out into the distances. I first got there at the start of the day, did all my things, got my chrono numbers, got all that sorted, zeroed, done. And then first shot out to 500. And then I think at that point in time, I was holding 2 mil wind and was just like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. So
Everybody else
it
was holding
just,
like 0.5.
yeah, was just trying to find, what sort of thing, what I need to hold for different distances at different wind conditions. I've never been good at wind anyway, so
Okay.
nothing new here.
Yeah.
Very good.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I loved it. It was great.
And then you backed it up with a 22 match.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So for this one, this was my first time shooting.
Now I remember what happened here. So that's an appropriate response. This is nearly as bad as not bringing your
Did
bolt.
she beat you?
No, she didn't beat me. But
Speaking of in the Winter Classic, just before we get on to Josh's 22 one, this is where you were going. You didn't pick it up, and now I feel awkward.
Oh, well. I just
Carry on, Plushy.
Sidetracked. Hey, Naomi. So, I mean, I know I was up in the mid-north for the match. And we're driving along. We didn't have
That's
much
why you
phone-
didn't do well, because that's not where the match was.
Yeah, that's right. We were actually picking up Maxwell because he was like lost in the creek somewhere, like 3 k's away from where he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And we're driving along. We're like, "Ooh, phone signal!" It's like Buchan live notification came up. We're like, "Ooh, watching presentations in the middle of nowhere." And we're like, we saw who won, and we're like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool." And then we just like straight to practice score, scroll down. So Pat would be Naomi's husband. Yeah, that's about right.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. And I'm like scrolling through practice score. I'm like, the real match, Pat shot his first PRS match.
You did.
And the real match was who was going to win out of the husband and wife team. And Pat smashed her.
Pat did well for his first one.
Yeah.
All because of Naomi's training, of course. Well done,
Exactly.
Naomi.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well
So
done.
you're an
Yeah, well done,
inspiration to
Pat.
others.
Yeah. You've
That's
got
it.
It's hard work, I know.
Good. How did you go, Josh?
Yeah. So it was her first match ever. And she was a bit nervous about it and was just like, don't worry about the time, just get comfortable, shoot things. got a bit through the day and I was like, this gun's doing weird things. Like, okay, it's a bit breezy. Nah, this is still doing weird things for that. Like, I felt my wind calls were good. Got to the last stage of the day and I actually properly watched her shooting where she was shooting. Watched her first 2 shots and went, that looks about 0.2 high at 100 meters. That's weird. Turned to someone on the spotter and was like, is that about 0.2 high? And they were like, yeah. Dialed it down, started just hitting everything. And I was like, that's weird. So then I jumped into my ballistics app and checked the profile I was on. And I was like, okay, no, the numbers were right for that. Checked the other profile that I had. And that would have been the 0.2 that I was looking for. So I then went through the rest of the day's data and where everything went, and I was using the wrong profile.
How
So
fun.
I was using data
this.
for CCIs instead of SK.
How fun.
So that was great.
I did this at Tassie.
Yeah.
First stage of the day.
Oh,
like-
you've kept this part quiet.
No, the first stage of the day, there was like, I don't know, maybe 400 and 700 or something. And I
Yeah.
was like, pretty close to like center at the 400. And they dropped low at 700. That's odd. That thing's usually pretty good for elevation. And I was like, I just held up and whatever.
Mm.
Then I'm like checking my Kestrel and I'm like, wrong profile. That's my
I did
Creedmoor,
this-
not for my GT. Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Oopsie.
Many years ago, when one of the guys from Night Force was out and we took him shooting, so long range, I brought up all the data. We were shooting a 308. No, we were shooting 300 Win Mag. And 30 cals all the same. And we were shooting, we were not hitting, could not see where it was going. Well, I'd made that mistake, hadn't I? I'd put 308 data in for a 300 Win Mag.
Ooh, I can beat this.
And we were nowhere near where the target was.
I went shooting with a certain buddy of mine, and we were shooting at a mile, and put a couple of shots on. And he was shooting with his 300 Norma. It didn't hit anything. Didn't see splash. I'm like, what elevation you got on there? He's like, I don't know, like 18 mils. I'm like, that's a lot of mils for 300 Norma. I was like,
It's a lot.
it is, isn't it? You're like, yeah. Like maybe you should check your profile. He's like, 6.5 Creed. We went looking to see where they would have landed because it was like, oh, that was a long way. It was like over the top of the hill into nothing. That's how easy it's done.
Make sure your data is correct.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. And you went hunting, Plushy. You have been.
I did.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Well, we went like on a family trip, holiday / kind of hunting trip.
Yeah.
Up to the mid north. It was bloody good actually. Took the wife and the kids, and some other people took up their wives and kids and stuff, and then Nick came and it was just awkward.
Yep.
No, it was really actually it was good. We went up 4 days. We had a blast. There was like thousands of goats. Not that we were executing goats like culling. We put a couple in the crock pot and had dinner, which was pretty good. Did a whole bunch of spotlighting and quad biking and 4-wheel driving and all of the fun things.
All of the things.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Had some fun little shots.
Nice.
good.
And Andy, you've got one thing to talk about, some exciting shooting related news that you did in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was range officer for the day
Yes,
on Sunday,
right.
when Josh shot this rimfire comp.
How good is being a range officer?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
It's
to be.
amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Everybody should do it.
Give back.
Yeah.
Good job, Andy.
Yeah.
You're the best human sitting here.
I don't actually. I don't mind it. Like it's.
Oh, you should do more of it.
I do.
I heard there's a shortage at that club. You should do more.
I do a bit. But yeah, no, it's good because you do get to like help people if they are having problems on the day and get new people involved and bring joy.
It's really about preserving the target frames because if you don't help the new people, they don't know about elevation and they just shoot all the target frames.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough bit of chat from Plushy.
I used to repair the target frames, all right?
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. So we've got another sponsor to talk about.
Ooh.
Yeah. These guys who make Lockies, no. Projectile Warehouse, officially are sponsors now of the podcast.
Oh, watch out.
How did you set that deal up?
It took a long time. Obviously, it's taken a long time. It's nearly 200 episodes.
Wow.
But here we are.
Must know a guy.
But here's the thing. If you go to projectilewarehouse.com.au and use the code IMPACT, you'll save 10% store-wide between now and end of June. Yeah, end of June. 2023, I should say. And that it doesn't work with other codes. You can't triple stack codes or anything. But but anyway, you can use the code
Impact.
Oh, there we go.
close. I'm just going to mute
So is that
you for next
impact
time.
3 times? Or I'm confused.
You use
You can.
Impact.
Yeah.
Is
you can't
that 30%?
But you can't stack codes.
Yeah. So just write
Impact.
once. Well done, Andy. Nice. You're on mute, it seems. So I saw that. And so for 10%. So go check it out. It's good. Right. Well, I think we Andy, you got like a start at like 3 a.m, don't you?
I've got an early start. We're trying to wrap up a project at work. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
In plastic? Or?
Glad wrap preferably.
can I recommend you try some Lockies for everything
For
you need
getting
to
out of a
do?
tight situation? Is that?
Or getting into one.
Yeah, and I'm off to the hospital. And next episode is 200, so we'd love to hear from you guys. How you started, how you found us, all the things. Drop us a message on any of the social platforms, and we'll read a bunch of them out. And look forward to doing some fun stuff for that. And if you are watching live, for those watching live, we're going to be hanging around for a few minutes afterwards, looking at some stage runs, Josh.
Yes, I'm ready.
And
Awesome.
and some other stuff and answering questions. So, guys, if you are watching live, stay tuned until after the outro, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Very good.
That's it. Cheers, guys.
Sweet.
Bye.